Alhamdulillah. Play guys. Kita grind lagi. Silver 2 ndak naik-naik. Setelah itu nonton PROCIE. Oke. Kita watch party. Watch party PROCIE kita.
Match found.
Wow. Asen. What the hell, bro?
Australian buat apa lagi?
Someone play smoke.
One smoke please.
One smoke, one duelist.
Wah.
One smoke, one duelist. Please.
Kalah aja guys, kita guys, oke.
They think I'm an old dog? I'll show them just how many tricks I know.
Loh, ndak mau dihapus coy. Oh, asik kan ya, harusnya kita pick-an nih.
Reina, there are better ways to survive than your path.
Oh, I'm so ashamed. Pobre de me. How will I live with myself?
Kemana itu sialan, bejir.
Healing.
Smoke's down. Reload him.
Mana sih, Cok?
ಅವ್ರು ಹೆಡ ಒದಗಲ್ಲ ಓಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಣ್ಕೊಂಡು ಜೊತೆನ ಆಗತ್ತಿದಾರ
Enemy spot.
Huh?
Reloading.
Ngapain sih? The fuck?
Our spike carrier's down. Spike
Bye.
down
Spike
mid.
twenty.
30 seconds left.
Defend the spawn.
1, 2 mid, 2 mid, 2 mid.
Last player standing.
They're super dead.
One more. Right, left side, left side.
Careful now.
Jelas.
Their Viper is terrifying. I love it.
Kagak sih bakal mungkin lagi.
Fuck, what we make, bro? They win. Right now, they lose.
Together. Launching smoke. Going up.
Reloading.
Flash vehicle.
Enemy spotted A.
Ah, dia mampas.
Last player standing.
Mẹ sao không đóng cái cửa này lại vậy? À rồi.
Hey, let's get it.
What sih?
Bro,
The fuck?
no one close the door.
Sudah tahu ada anu masih aja ngegas, Cok.
Fuck.
Idiot.
Good advice.
No one close the fucking door. Onyx, drop the white. Onyx, keep white for Omen. For Bream. Here.
For you.
Wow, dính cái lồn. Độc bùi thật.
Spike drop.
I have the spike.
Watch your eyes. Fully smoked.
Kan ko na gawai fake mug dia lah mana mana kaya lah.
Bunch of guys defend the spawn. Good attempt.
Last player standing.
Một CT, một market. Alright. Our team plays so bad.
Don't know, bro. You're tidak jelas.
Gecko, why you go there?
Who am I kidding? My knees
I
are
was
gonna
taking
heal
it.
after this.
Huh? What do you say? Why you go there?
Careful here.
Don't do something stupid. Go with the team.
Here.
I get what I want. Come on, let's go.
Launching smoke.
Sage, give me the spike. Sage, give me the spike. Sage, give me the spike.
Stim beacon down.
Close.
Plan, bro.
Why don't you end
bro. पीछे खेल जाएगा.
Carrier's down.
दो लगा दे लंबा.
Spike down A.
I have the spike.
One enemy remaining.
Nice one.
Enough of your
Never count out the
I'm
underdog.
Rukam to. Bandit mana lam?
Talk English.
Hey, ándale, hey.
Don't vote.
Smoke's down.
Shut up, कोई smoke मार सकता है.
Molly.
Hey guys, go with
Carrier's
me.
down.
Spike down mid. Last player
Bro,
standing.
Phonics always get the spike. Stupid.
क्या कौन mobile?
Stand tall. We are Valorant. We are
Reload
fighters.
guys, out this guys. Team out this guys. Set.
Oh, you dumb shit. Ren dead.
Nowhere to run.
Canada.
Spike down.
Got the spike.
Attacker spawn.
Má bố bực phải luôn.
Anjir.
Dừng
Rata.
cái tường lại, dừng cái tường lên revive thôi.
Barrier here.
Smoke's down. Stim beacon here. Spike planted.
Enemy down.
Này thằng
Launching smoke.
rồi hỏi bớt được rồi.
Molly. Out of charges.
Đưa tay ra một
One
tay.
enemy
Ready.
remaining.
Nice one.
Reloading.
Vibe check. You feeling good? Hope so.
Day off.
Stim beacon down.
My ultimate's ready.
Come on, let's go. Watch your eyes. Launching smoke.
Flashing kìa cô, flash.
Still
Flash.
Down.
Enemy spotted A.
Carrier's down.
What the fuck, bro?
Spike down A.
Whatever wall मारे जिससे बाल से जे.
Take swipe, breathe. Wait, smoke and take swipe.
Molly.
You disappoint me.
I'm gonna jogger से जो wall करे जिससे जाएगा.
Smoke and
30
take swipe.
seconds left. One enemy
spike.
remaining.
Reloading.
Spike planted.
Don't worry. Your life won't go to waste.
এছি আমার এই অবস্থা কে
This is crazy. It feels like we've been doing this.
পক্ষে খাবার দাবার দিয়ে মাপ
Anyone
ধরা
else feel like that? Just me? Okay.
Hi Gecko, are you noob, bro?
yeah bro I'm noob
Ah shit.
I need a drop. Don't hold back. Let me show you how the boss does.
Maybe I will chill this game.
Someone there.
Di spike bro.
Go B. Connect.
Launching smoke.
হেল্প করতে না ভাই
Từ thắng ơi, từ từ đợi tao ấy. Có người.
Spike's down. Spike down B.
Launching smoke.
Enemy spotted me.
Right here. See ya.
Take a swipe.
Carrier's down.
30 seconds left.
Why you don't empty,
Spike
bro?
down B.
Bro, you will.
Down you go.
One enemy remaining. Last
Shit,
player
team.
standing.
Stupid.
Reload him.
Sorry. Inside joke.
কি করতে
Reloading.
Dream, listen, please.
We go.
Go fast.
Smoke's down.
Smoke going up. Watch your eyes.
Dizzy's up. Somebody's there.
See nothing.
The fuck? I hate your walls, bro.
Someone's A.
Last player standing.
Wah, ada begituan coy.
কেমনে প্লেট নিম কয়নে ওয়াল টল মারা ওয়াল ভাঙা
Mix
ঢুকতে
it up.
ঢুকতে তো শেষ
Double down. Let's talk.
Reload him.
Talking English.
Reload him.
Reloading.
Right here.
For you, hermanita.
Wait, don't smoke so fast.
Enemy mid. Dead.
Nice shot.
Up and away.
Smoke's down.
There.
Địt má, cay thật cái. Hồi sinh anh phát cu.
Your duty.
Back where I
Could have strained you.
Go B, go B, go B.
Enemy A.
Launching smoke.
Spike planted.
Có tường không?
Molly.
One enemy remaining. Team Ace.
Đừng mua điện nè.
Outfought.
I'm twitching. Buy stuff. Go already. Looks good.
మూసుకొని పడ కిల్ పైలా టీమే గంట తిరుగునే కొడుతుంది.
What are you talking about?
What the fuck is this?
Mày tiếng Mỹ.
Ki.
Trời bro.
Ráng thủ rồi thủ chừng.
Reloading. Reloading.
Mà
Nowhere to run.
Reloading.
phải rồi ngu.
Reloading.
Đừng có ra đây, đừng có ra đây.
Last player standing.
Cầm cái con cặc gì á.
Ah,
Cầm súng của mẹ.
edik kau naik. Kau boleh edik.
Spike planted. Flash. Flash. Sorry, bro. My ultimate's ready. Careful now.
Gecko. Sonic is your friend?
Yes, brother.
Huh? That's your
Yes,
friend?
brother.
Ah, stupid together.
Last round in the half.
Don't be chill. Spend it all before it's gone.
Ini aja biar
Địt vẽ lồn Gecko vẫn thua anh nữa thắng.
I have your back.
Địt mẹ lồn này muốn ặt chắc rồi.
Spike drop.
Đi.
I got the spike.
Ém ra luôn.
Watch your eyes. Someone's flash.
Launching smoke.
Spike down A.
Prepare for hellfire. Open up the
Last
sky.
player standing. Flawless. Switching sides.
Buy stuff. Ka-ching. Little skr. Do my done. Yeah.
bro.
Hold it down.
Don't push. Search.
Đừng có đẩy ra thắng ơi.
Be.
Ok.
Smoke's
Từng
down.
tay. B, all B.
Molly.
Enemy spotted B.
Toasted.
Someone's B.
Smoke's down.
Here. Python low.
Spike planted.
Dizzy has targets.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
What the?
Lah.
เรามาไป
Bro, are you stupid?
Hey, little
Oh,
man,
no,
pump
no,
us
no.
up. Let's hear it.
Fuck.
Reload him.
The hell was that, bro?
ಇದು ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಬಲ್ಲ ಈಗ
Hey, delete this game, bro. This game not for you. A. Oh, A.
There.
Come on, A, please.
There.
Launching smoke.
Go
Spike
Valo.
planted.
Hell. Ah, shit. Let go.
Stim beacon here. Molly.
Last player standing.
What the fuck, bro? Phonics, you have flash. Why you don't use?
bro you all die bro I
Em người ra Poki khel tanpa fokus lo level gitu.
Oke guys, memang seperti ini coy.
The enemy only looks composed. Their hearts
versi
tell
game
a
of the
different story.
day.
Bro, have skill ready, but don't use it.
Reload him. Reload him.
They go B this round. A.
Smoke's down.
Spike planted.
Up and away. Dizzy has targets.
Smoke's down.
Ini dulu ekbar taruh.
Stim beacon down. Molly.
Someone's A.
Tolong.
Last player standing.
My ult.
I always
Had
got stupid team.
Prepare yourselves. We fight once again.
Come on, little homies. Let's get it.
Don't pick.
Someone's B.
Launching smoke.
Meet. They go meet. Lồn huy cặt.
Opponent killed. Enemy B.
Spike down B.
Someone's there.
Last player standing.
Bayre ভাই কি কমু ক?
Stim beacon here.
Stupid.
Ah, gila cok.
Match point.
We do what we do. Get back to chilling.
Ê.
Launching smoke.
Nó sấy mà.
Molly.
Reloading. Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Not the boom you hoped for.
He says their bullets tickle.
Thiệt mẹ ông vẫn chưa lên rank được đâu, ông thắng à. Rồi đặt, hình như nó đi B á.
There.
Cứ đợi đi, nghe tiếng người đặt tường. Đứng ngay đây này, xong rồi đặt bấm chữ C bọc đặt ngang á. Có không? Đặt mẹ. Ê again
Launching
đây.
smoke.
Đù má thắng, địt mẹ sao chạy vậy?
Spike planted.
Reloading.
Sovalo 1 HP.
Stim beacon here.
Last player standing.
Out of here. Well,
Attackers win.
Bro. Aduh. Gini terus. Inggoy kita cekan dulu ya.
The thing, that's the hot topic right now. Is like, oh, you guys keep down PaperX, and you know they always end up getting themselves.
It's the logical thing to do.
It's the logical thing to do, but they are the team to defy logic.
Yeah.
I just that Lotus comp is the one that's a bit out the window. Sure. In my eyes, that's a little too far past it to really justify. But also not taking nothing away from Carmine Core being a fantastic Lotus team. Maybe it was exposed, you know, exponentially more so than another team.
I want to pull out from the map veto for a second and just talk about this
How scripted
rematch. I mean, first of all, yes, he's correct. But also for Genji, think about what this would mean. If they could beat PaperX a second time, for so many of those players, it's their first time on an international stage. It's their biggest match ever. They made it to playoffs when so many people doubted them, and now they're again playing basically the kings of their region. If they could beat them a second time here in Madrid, make it into the upper finals, guarantee a top 3 spot at their first global tournament, that would be an incredible moment for this team.
Yeah, I think as well when you think about teams in their first step onto the international stage or players individually, you talk about kind of validations, what does it, and claiming an international veteran like PaperX would be the second leg to closing out the grand finals regionally versus them.
Yeah, I'm looking at the fan votes here. Genji fans, where are you at? Also, shout out to Ulysses, by the way, who's currently hyping out the Genji fans and the PaperX fans as well. But where do you guys sit with here? Are you 11% feeling like Genji?
I think Genji's going to win today. I feel like they're favored in this matchup.
Jangan
I think
bodoh dulu,
especially
Rebecca.
looking at this matchup,
Jangan bodoh dulu. But
Genji have just been
the
so
baby's
consistent
coming.
throughout 2024. Their players have been stepping up to a new level, and it really feels like at some point the PaperX magic won't be able to work.
This is the thing, it comes back to the same old for me. My heart says PaperX, my head says Genji, unfortunately. I think as well, if some of these individuals on Gen G continue their performance, or even start improving on the performance we've seen far, bubbling up with the tournament now coming into playoffs, a little bit more prep time. That's a real concern for PaperX if they're going to try and pull out some comp changes or really switch up the way they've been playing. If they've gone into that level of detail of the games we've seen already here in Madrid.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We do have also another curse. We got the 9-3 curse. We have a few curses in this tournament. But whenever there's a rematch, whenever that happens, it does feel like the team that's lost before is somewhat favored going into it again.
Yeah, there certainly is. I think there's a pressure to do more, to improve, to look back on that match and learn from it. And PaperX is a lot better than then. The individuals have stepped up. They've gotten closer to finding their identity again throughout this tournament. I think that this is a moment for PaperX that if they can dispatch Gen G here, make it on forward, this is finally the game where it can kind of dispel the doubts that everyone has had around this team. Or if they can do it again, if they just have to rely on these hero players, especially if they can do so dominantly or in 2 against Gen G, which I think will be really tough against a good opponent.
Sayang banget nggak bisa ketemu
I
di
don't think there's any
final.
world where that
Genji
happens.
PROCIE.
But if they can come out here and get a confidence win, not only is that people looking at them better, but for themselves, right? They're still rating themselves a 6 out of 10. They're still low confidence. I think
always
they need
a 10
a
out
win
of 10
today.
to me. Always.
No bias on the desk here at all. But no, I absolutely agree. I think as well, it's really telling to hear PaperX talk the way they haven't spent these last few days trying to reinvent the wheel almost, because that's the level of extreme I think they need to go to. To hear Alex saying W Gaming's run its course, we need something else, now's the time to pull it out.
And as you said, Mimi, this might just be the one that actually gives them the confidence that they need. We are down to our final 4 teams. So let's get the playoffs started. It's Gen G versus PaperX and Sentinels taking on Day 6 of Masters Madrid starts right now.
Kita play dulu sebentar, baru kita watch PaperX. Okay.
Dap each other up real quick.
What?
High five each other real quick.
I remember playing against you guys in scrims back in Iceland.
Yeah.
It's been a while since
It's been a hot minute. Yeah.
I remember you guys were insane back then. I'm super happy you guys are here representing the night with us. It's good for a change.
Nobody is standing in Loud's way as Loud make their way to the playoffs easily.
Com certeza, acho que essa última partida foi o nosso pico de performance até agora no nosso time novo.
Sentinels have done it. Sen City here to play.
At this point, everyone wants to beat us. So far, it hasn't worked out for them, and I don't think it will.
Cara, a adaptação do QCK tá sendo muito boa. Eu acho que ele nasceu para jogar com um duelista.
QCK, he just slaughtered VDG.
At the end of the day, anyone can take it and win it. It's Valorant, so
it's true.
Just who plays better that day.
Bro, nggak play nih. Masa ya tunggu PCT play dulu, baru play juga matchku. Masa begitu, bro?
Can we win the Masters between me and Genji? I mean, definitely. And even if we don't make it far, I hope they do win the trophy for us, for the Asia Pacific League.
Okay,
Last game
let's go.
against Genji was a tight final and didn't manage to win.
플레이오프에 진출이 원래 첫 목표였는데
Genji, this team looks really scary. Malakia is a return to greatness.
너무 이루게 돼서 기쁜 것 같고 남은 경기도 이제 잘 준비해야 할 것 같아요.
Monet played very well, especially with his calls and stuff. He's very confident, unlike the previous matches. I'm very proud of him.
Block inside.
New kid, when the block is ready, you're not gonna
Why?
PaperX.
60 to.
일단 저희가 이제 딱히 증명을 해야 될 필요는 없는 것 같고요. 그냥 이렇게 무시당할
Grounded.
Until stage change. Stage 2.
3.
Blocking sight.
Đây.
King of Pacific, but this is a
Reloading.
They have in Pacific, but then that was Genji proving themselves for their first time. Head off as an offset as a one-time run, but now they're here in Madrid. They've done it again. They've made it to the playoffs. They have another chance. I think if they can beat PaperX today, they can cement themselves as the best team from Pacific coming into this run. They don't even hold that title, but they're up against PaperX. No matter how logical you think about them, no matter what you think is going to happen with this team, they always surprise. They always find that miracle, and that's what makes Ryzen so good.
What?
PaperX is the definition of any given Sunday, really, of what you get on the day, especially now we're going into the mix of potentials for composition changes to come out. Not feeling bad about it. Genji now
What other team will come for the first time after scrimming it once and then show up and look terrible the first time? Win it this not to the same level, though, man. They show up. They
Get out of my way.
And then you'll talk them after and like, yeah, we just want to be on it. They're ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, on the Beta though, the Angel, he does currently hold the record for the most agents played in a single tournament, but Forsaken is one of them. If he just wins out a different in half the amount of maps too, because Angel did it in 21.
Oh, okay, okay.
So maybe that is the key, like you guys said, he has been creating the roster stuff here, and he's been doing
Genji would be as well if PaperX
My ult's ready.
that competition gets changed, motivation for Genji to come out, obviously prep out the window and just perform bread and butter battles, which they've shown time and time again. They've looked very, very good.
Wah, anjir.
In terms of curveballs coming their way. They can do that versus a team like PaperX that are willing to just kind of push all in on a comp first time getting out on the national stage. Massive, massive.
You say that on a desk or on a cast about, oh, you have to do it against PaperX. That's it. Genji is used to that. They've played this game twice before. They know about the chaos. And they do it very well. We're in a select.
It's you and me.
In a PaperX standard, it's double duelist style. It's the old standard. The teams improve points, but it is still a good
Fuck.
game. And I think it works very well for these teams.
Yeah, and I guess as well, landing the match was the Orange comp as well coming out. The iteration that Genji played against last time in the regional finals.
I'm looking in this matchup at the head-to-head between the rookie Anya and the other side, Alpha Kara. Both those guys have come out in their
What?
international tournament and look incredible. They're both on the run for one of the best rookie races we've seen.
Both have been the two loudest on the stage as well.
Yeah, well, let's get this Pacific showdown underway and send it over to your casters. You'll be very familiar with the journeys of these two teams. It's mixed matchups.
Thank you so much, Jinsu, and our fantastic pretty familiar with these teams.
They played EDG, right?
Once beating themselves, PaperX know that from EG
Blocking
over at
sight.
Champs. Now it's an opportunity for them to give Genji, a lesson in that very same thing.
And that's the thing, I kind of want to touch on what Mike said earlier, where it's like a head over heart sort of situation. I also think it's mind over matter.
What?
The way that PaperX play is insane, so you kind of have to almost censor yourself. We've seen teams do that throughout the tournament. Yes, they played each other before, but as it was sort of said in the video before, they a specific way to win. They've never managed to win an international event. It's almost cruel that they get picked against each other. The only good thing is they won't have to eliminate each other because one of them goes down and one of them goes forward. That's the only sort of saving grace for now, but it does mean that you're almost wanting, okay, both teams do their best so that whoever goes forward is going to be able to match up with the other. So I think it's
15 kills to go.
Throughout this tournament, other teams have shaken your starts, but
so you saw what loud they were. I'll be scared of them just as much.
Well, you know, talking about this map in particular, Split popping up, and actually for the whole series, Split, Lotus, and Ascent, the first three maps that they played regionally, dominantly. Now, the reality is, coming into Split, Tom, it's not exactly the same, because PaperX, they were running Forsaken, Yoru, himself, and something were diving in, taking so much space, and winning almost all of their opening duels. I think it was 13-4, correct me if I'm wrong, where Genji on this map. So for PaperX, I understand why they've come in and changed their comp. Like you say, the hardest thing twice. So they're bringing a new comp and a new philosophy on how to handle Split. The question is, will Genji be able to deal with it this time, now that there's nothing spooky going on?
It also seemed like, at least for PaperX, they figured out, they were like, okay, let's change this one. We lost the actually trying to figure out what's going on. The thing is, though, the same can be said for their opponents, because we saw Genji come in, switch into this composition and just look incredible. Like, there's no illicit, the only change they made was permanent for Astra to allow them to be a bit more explosive, but I just remember that defensive half of 10 I think they both ended up with 22 kills, both were the best player in the server. It was like going toe-to-toe all the way through.
What the
So
hell?
it's one of those matchups, as boring as it is, where we are just going to go the duelists of the pinnacle. Like, these are the players we have to watch. The amount of times that PaperX would have just got absolutely banged if it wasn't Forsaken just having life games. But the thing is, it's every time he plays Split, he has a someone else's life game. It's not a Forsaken life game, it is, okay, for anyone else, that would be the best game they've ever played. Unfortunately, he does that every week.
Well, we talked about this on the desk. I heard Mimi say, well, okay, if you think it's going to be 2-0, who is the team to 2-0 it here? And actually, looking at the veto, right, Split last time went to PaperX, Lotus was super close. I mean, if we go based on what we saw in the past, maybe the foundations are there for them to take that 2-0, but I'm expecting a 3-mapper between these two teams. The best of the best. Pacific number 1 and Pacific number 2. And it's time to throw down as the barriers go up on Split.
Yeah, and it's looking like we're going to get a brawl to start things off. Both teams with the majority of their players set up outside this A site. They both run pistols in this direction before. Good nade coming out of Forsaken already, and something, a Mind Freak peeking off the back of it. They're going to be stuck in the corner early on. This is a great start for PaperX.
Now Munchkin's in danger as well. He's trying to jump away. Boombot was chasing him. Munyet caught him. And for Genji, 2 versus 5, barely any damage done. At least they've still got the spike. But they have to hope for some serious mistakes at this point. The PaperX go running forward, or even rotate, assuming that it's a B hit. But you can see there's no real need for panic on the defensive side. They're just gonna hunker down and wait for Genji to take a step forward and give them the first pistol round.
I think the scary prospect as well is that on this map in particular, we have seen some sort of rougher attack sides out of Genji. Obviously, that is helped a little bit by having that Omen instead of the Astra. But other than that, it's an absolutely flawless start to this one. Now, as I said, expectations for PaperX is this is the map that they'll win. If it's going to happen in this series, I think the next two, I would favor to Genji, even more so because of the fact that we saw recently on Lotus the changes to the comp for PaperX, and I'll be honest, I didn't like it. It didn't look good. So this is the map that I feel like PaperX have to win. The problem is, throughout this tournament, I've said that, and then they've won the other map. Because that's just how they are. They just managed to adapt. They have the individual players that sometimes they can just frag through a map. And that is rare. Like, it is very difficult to have people that are on that level.
At least from the games we've had, Tom, it has been an insane percentage of teams trading out their own map picks, losing your pick and winning your opponents. Gen G, they've not got off to a great start. And as the push comes in, okay, actually they're getting close. The pressure's kind of being applied to Munyet. Now blinded up, he's taken down. Okay, it's not a bad start at all for Gen G, gaining some ground, now winning some more fights.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Tidied it up eventually. But that got very scary for a moment.
I would love to see Forsaken's POV in that, because what it looked like he did was jump down from the heavens with an outlaw in hand and try and face their entire team. Now that would be ridiculous to even attempt, but
crazy. But do you know who he is?
Yes, I do. He just lost his gun. It's now been given to something, and he's bought a judge to replace it. So that, again, if you're talking about if you're talking about Forsaken, he's basically answered the question himself.
Well, it looks like we're going to be using that dash very early on for something. He's getting aggressive. Wall goes up. He's ahead of it.
Bam.
Wow. He got the shot off. 10 HP left on Meteor. But that's the one problem. If you're the one taking contact with that outlaw, you're not going to kill the player.
Sky.
You need to get out.
That's the thing. They can just heal him back up, so that it's actually not that problematic for what was an early battle. You can already see heading over in that direction. Munya is going to get aggressive as well. Bear in mind, this purchase is fairly weak for PaperX. Normally, you'd see a rifle or two in the mix, but this is just SMGs. It can work, more so on Split than probably any other map. This crossfire is fairly nasty, but that's the thing I've really enjoyed about Gen G. They've been methodical. They've been careful throughout this tournament. They are not one of those teams that are just aggressively running in and blitzing their way through rounds. They can. They have the skill to do it, but they're always, especially in these sort of rounds, very careful.
And it looks like caution's paid off for them. Whatever noise they made on A has sold it to PaperX. We're now running the gamble on A stack. Of course, there's an outlaw there that could be retrieved. I doubt it even will be. It's quite far up, and the player that will pick it is in heaven, because that spike plant should be coming down in a little bit. PaperX, hear no noise, see nobody here. There's a flash still on Divide that could be used to clear outside of it, but this late on in the game, you're just going to sit there, hope they dive into you. And as we can see, they've gone to the exact other side of the map. So PaperX, it's hard to get back into a site with these weapons as well, especially a site like this where pretty much every fight on the way in is long range.
See, normally you talk about, okay, maybe going down to the spike or just trying to hold for exits, but I am waiting for Forsaken to attempt to try and blast back through something, and already Mind Freak taking a lot of control. Now, Texture in a fairly solo position. There's a chance. There's the blast backs already.
Wow.
Exactly what Forsaken does. He got a rifle, but it's very short-lived. Well held by Gen G, even with a little bit of chaos.
Yeah, I mean, they spread themselves out there. Lots of space, so even when that judge gets up close, he's only getting the one, and it's an immediate drop. The rest of the players easy to deal with when you've got that kind of weaponry advantage and you're not caught out of position. 2-1. It's a fairly bog standard start to the game. Pistol win for PaperX, follow up, and then they lose. I mean, the one thing that we'll say is that maybe that third round could have seen a bit more damage out of that side. But again, they did gamble on a site. It didn't work out. This is what happens. The opportunity, though, to deal that damage here as we get the operator out on something right away. And the shot is not landed, but yet good for one and drop the B site under threat. But Gen G back off. The whole time they've been leaving Meteor outside of A to catch a rotation. He hasn't found one, but one can assume that rotation's going on through the spawn right now if you're Gen G. They don't know that Mind Freak's still very much close.
Yeah, they also flash mid on the defensive side, so they have the information that there was no one there, so they're able to gamble an early rotation in towards this A site. Forsaken, still with the judge, is just going to make sure he keeps control in mid, but it's slightly more stacked up than you might expect. The only problem is he might get caught. He's switching between utility. Finally, will pull the gun out, but the aggression of his teammate gets absolutely nothing. And wow, there is the 4 of the judge. Not going to find anything more, and for something, I hope to God he's going to save.
It's not the round you want to see him throw his life
Baru round 4
is it a 1v3 with the op? Possible, winnable, but not to be. If you had a few more kills along the way, a few more orbs picked up, something like that, maybe risk it with the Blade Storm, but even then, the op is just so expensive. Doesn't want to throw it out. And for Gen G, I think they're sort of realizing that they heard the op earlier on, right? They know that it's in play right now. So they're gone spread out. Already sending Munchkin to try and find this player, and based on the time, it looks like he might be safe. They'd have to start hightailing it in that direction now. So an op for the next round, but just look at the credits on PaperX. It's not like they're going to be able to fully recover into a standard buy. I think the pendulum's kind of swinging in Gen G's favor now at 2-2. Economy's under their control, and ults will come online soon.
Yeah, and as I said, when we saw them play against CDG, they had a really stellar, aggressive, and confident defensive side. So I think for them, any sort of grinding out of these early rounds is going to be really important. Sure, you're still going to have an operator onto something, which alone can be enough to cause issues in the round. But as said, they've been methodical. Their utility's been good. They instantly had a snake bite that went through to deny him that early aggression. It's expected at this point. And by the looks of things, they may even just be going for an early A take. They are all set up outside.
I liked what I saw last round. I don't know if you caught it in the replay, Tom, but a fist bump into a high five. Let's see how many high fives there are for Genji after this one. They've got a lot of space, but that flash was perfect. Deadly from Devi, and he's managed to slip away towards the elbow. Another fight. And he's actually got a teammate in there. I don't know if they've seen Forsaken, but they certainly have now at heavy cost. Smokes are down, but so too are the majority of PaperX players. It's only something left, but he has that off. The 1v2 he didn't go for. The 1v3, it's tempted him. It's pulled him in for the fight. He hasn't found them to start off, though, and that dash already halfway up. Wants to close the distance. So many tough angles, tight angles to clear with this op in hand. And no idea there's a player up top. He's checking the right angle. But Lakia was close by, ready for that play. The third round found for Genji. They're running away with this early game.
Yeah, still a close round for what was invested. That was a decent stack up in the early stages for PaperX, just basically having the majority. And somehow managing to dodge some shots that I don't really know how they did, but bringing it down to just one player surviving, keeping that economy a little bit more honest for Genji. And, well, you see the danger of how fast this man is with the operator. The problem, though, is he's not going to be able to have it for this round. They didn't have the extra finances and the quick trading. Again, the fundamentals of Genji, sublime.
1 kill, 1 death as well, so he's still 2 away from a Blade Storm. So we're down to just that rifle. But as we said, ultis were coming online. We saw the Seekers used by Lakia, finding a lot of information. This time around, PaperX have theirs, but also a showstopper online. That's a big weapon to have in the back pocket of Forsaken, and could play a role later on in the round. For Genji, you can see their spread. This is a full default play. At this point, they're expecting PaperX to make some adaptations and to throw out some of that signature early round aggression. Still hasn't happened, though. They're happy to bunker down and wait for that push to come through. Like I said, the other problem here, Genji have a lot of credits built up. If PaperX lose this round, it's going to be a skyrocket.
Oh, maybe when. That's not the start they were looking for. 2 players down immediately. Forsaken's been a hero before, but down to just 5 HP. That's not really going to work too well for them. And the Seekers went towards mid, but also in towards the A site. The realization's there eventually. Mindfreak can win this battle. It could be huge. I don't think they're going to expect him. It's such an obscure position to be in, but then it's almost revealed. Devi, though, has done well. Bringing back 2 kills. Spike just about making it to the site, and it is going to bait in. Nice work from the side of Munchkin, teaming up with Texture. It leaves this man who did get healed up early in the round. As said, he's been ever so devastating. Showstopper might just be able to clear, shoots it into the Viper's pit, but actually, Munchkin's just teamed up with his teammates, just left it. Doesn't even mind about the pit. I don't know if Forsaken realized it, but it doesn't even matter. Loses the fight to his counter raise, and the march continues on for Genji.
Genji are having a field day right now. Like I mentioned, the economy was in their favor. The ults that were there for PaperX burned up in that round to try and gain some semblance of an advantage. And Devi did incredibly well. In his position, he stayed down in screens, waited for the swing out with the player Munchkin up top, almost sacrificing himself because he's so out in the open. They swung to try and trade him, and Devi had that beautiful off angle to just rip them to shreds. We're seeing elements of that team play there from PaperX. We're seeing individuals win some of their fights, but it's not enough right now. Genji have come locked and loaded with a huge lead to start. I mean, it's doubled the rounds, but it's the economy that's really the problem for me. You've got players 7K, 5K, 5 and above is average for the Genji side right now. PaperX, they're going to be on stingers, weaker weapons, no ultis to fall back on. It ain't looking great off rip. Already, Genji have found the same number of rounds they did last time they played PaperX here.
Yeah, I said, it's looked like a different beast. I think they're a team that have done really well with the coaching staff, someone as legendary as Solo. I don't think you're ever going to have the same mistakes twice. This guy has been around the block multiple times, and even just giving him a moment to talk here is going to be beneficial for them. Mindfreak off to a bit of a slow start as well, but also it is just reliant on those individuals a lot of the time. I think we saw some of the statistics posted earlier. Is like you compare the 5v4 conversion, Genji, I think it's like 70-something%. For PaperX, it's only like 60-something. But then they have a higher 4v5 because they have those individuals that can turn rounds on their head. It's not the greatest stat you want to have ever because you'd rather just be winning the rounds outright. But they need some of those heroes to come online because they've been okay, but it's not been enough to take rounds off Genji.
Haven't seen the numbers of clutches from Genji versus PaperX, but PaperX also do very well in those late rounds. Players like Forsaken previously bailed them from so many situations. Now, weaker weapons, like we said, and close range surprise factor is probably the best way to find value. Mindfreak has at least picked up one, but Karen is making this one look easy. 3 kills already under his belt, 40 HP, and he's tucking in the corner. It looks like he's going to get this one easily with Mindfreak drop. That's his 4th kill of the round. A confidence builder if ever I've seen one. And that's the last thing that PaperX wanted to give to their opponent. Again, not talking about them losing the round. That's expected. It's the amount of players still alive on Genji. They're farming by the minute, but something has picked up one more. 3 to go. One hell of a play if he made it. And it ain't going to happen. Look at that firing squad down below.
Yeah, I think against any other team, maybe it'd have a chance, but Genji have been so good just playing off of each other, trading effectively. They don't even lose another member of the squad. 5 and 2, and I love the sort of switch up in tempo, especially in these anti-eco rounds. They're not allowing their opponents to really figure out anything that's going on. You had the instant TP to the back of site, information sticks out, the rest of the team quickly execute, and Karen actually sticks around. He just keeps the spot, keeps the control. Doesn't allow anybody to get too far ahead, and he even takes himself 4 kills while he's at it, so why not?
This is definitely where on the side of PaperX you start to feel that mental pressure applied. Defense has been tested again and again. They failed the test again and again. 5 in a row for Genji, and now ultis are there. Showstopper fired off, and Munyet had no chance. No smokes for the way back through. No paranoia to play with. Still some flashes on the guy. But PaperX set up with a man disadvantage on a retake seconds into the round.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy to get back in here. As said, they're not bad in these 4v5s, but Genji are even better in the 5v4s.
Wow.
Again, Karen takes down another Forsaken trying his best, but he's almost dead. It is, and well, Lackey and Meteor combined might be one of the fastest rounds we've ever had in the VCT. That was so quick from Genji. And you could just see, the more the confidence build, the faster these takes are getting. Genji are getting opener after opener. They've used a couple of ults, but they're also able to stagger them. Like you're talking about, Showstopper used this round. Last round they used From the Shadows to get the same sort of information. Although that's already back online.
Yay, oh wow, huge.
Hey, got them the spaces around prior. And then Kara got 4 kills. That's why it's back online.
Well, this has to be a crushing one for PaperX off rip. Because again, they're left to weaker weapons in theory, but they've actually managed to mix a buy with light shields and full shields on something because he doesn't need a weapon. He's got 5 knives locked and loaded. We'll see what he can do with those. But the reality is, yeah, the momentum is very much in Genji's favor. The economy is riding high after several reinvestments. Just take a look at their credits on that right-hand side. It's looking pretty for a number of rounds to go, maybe for the rest of this half. Still possible for a 6-6 scoreline, but it has to start here with a much better defense. Now, we talked about some aggression from this PaperX side, seeing it early on in rounds. So with a minute left on the clock, good paranoia, but the fights don't go their way. Genji winning out every single one. There's no competition, Tom. Barely a lick of damage done, and what is negated by the heal. This is a disaster. Something might be able to save them. He's made big plays before with the Blade Storm. There's one, and not 2. Damage, but no kills.
Monyet, let's go Monyet.
Somehow this has come back into a winnable scenario.
Monyet, bergerak dia.
Nice try for the new
Nice
man
try,
on the
nice try.
block. I didn't think there was any way that round was going to become competitive. But somehow Munyet made it close. The thing is, though, again, you just have to give props to Genji. Like, the beginning of this round, they were so ready. They had their whole team just waiting in mid, ready for that push to come through. And sure, the utility from PaperX was good on a couple of the players, but the depot players were so ready for that push to come in. It ends up being quite an easy fight.
Yo, not even close, guys! Not even close! Yeah, like I said, you know, there was no chance of them losing that clean. I thought something would be the hero, but Munyet, they complimented his calling and his play in the video we saw earlier, and I can see why, if he's fragging out like that. But again, close but no cigar. 7-2. Gen.G finding next to no struggles. Close opportunity for PaperX to clutch it, and this could have looked very different, but instead, they're on an eco. They've already lost something. Stingers to play with. Sheriff on Forsaken. And Texture's got confidence for days. He sees an eco and he's diving down into vents after them.
The thing is, they've got so much control towards mid that they have to just be wrapping out from another position. But look how passive the players are. They know that there's going to be weaker weaponry, so they're just not giving them any of the close range fights. Karen up from above, there's not really an easy way to kill him. Maybe there is. Somehow Munye got past all the defenses. Even still, though, his post-barn looks strong. Nade still available. They've been taking these sites so quickly that they've had no problems just having late utility. Wow, the time almost looks like it's gone. Trying to bait some space, but it's all too easy for Gen.G.
So hard,
Another
so hard.
three-man player surviving. 8-2 on the board. And this is PaperX's map. They have lost 8 rounds in a row. Other than the pistol in second round, they've achieved nothing.
It's hard to think about. Even the round that was close, Tom, it comes on the back of the player needing a 4K to get it across the line. It's not what you want to see. Early on in a series, on a map that previously Gen.G got absolutely obliterated on within their region. Now they come to the international stage and
they might do one better.
Yeah, 13-4 us, well 13-2 you. An opportunity here at least to shut down the first and the second. Munye does well, Rockets on point. And with Lakia down, it looks like PaperX are set to finally put another round on the board. Long have they waited. It's Karen to try to challenge, and he got an opportunity, but it was shut down eventually by something.
Nice.
With only one standing. It's an easy win. 8-3. PaperX finally back on the board, but hell of a distance yet to go.
Yeah, and again, it comes off some individual brilliance out of Forsaken. Definitely had support. I think he doesn't get that kill if it's not for Munye being able to kill off the close player, but it's at least a breath of life. We've seen them have strong attack in halves before, so even a sort of 8-4 scoreline wouldn't be a complete death sentence. I'm looking at 2 operators on the attack, though. Obviously, it's something that can be dropped, but they are waiting for aggression here, and it's coming. It's coming.
They ain't waiting in the right spot, though. Those ops are elsewhere. And that mid control is going to be completely conceded. The golden gun on Lakia. Good to see him showing up. Really swinging. I think he's currently 12-6, 2 KD on the board, and a chance to push it even further at 8-3. PaperX tried a mid push, got denied. Now it seems like they're caught. 1 foot in the grave. They don't know whether to continue on that aggression or reset for the later play, and Gen.G have not made a decision. With 1 minute 5 seconds on the clock, they don't need to rush. They're holding tight, waiting for PaperX to make the mistake.
They're so nervous of someone being within the smokes that are placed. Most of the time, those smokes are being put down by Munye just to deter aggression, which is exactly what it's done. Texture, though, might have a fight. Because they're so passive, the operator could be so valuable here. There's no one on the backside once again, but the spike is looking to wrap around in the other direction. A peek out from something.
Kelihatan something.
I think Meteor's seen him, but it won't matter too much for now. He's going to activate the dash. Something goes peeking, but now I'm just looking at that timer. TP into the backside once more. It's been cleared out, so the spike will be able to go down. This almost has to be a complete retake.
Wow.
Nice shot by Lakia as well. There's his 13th.
Spike drop.
An opportunity indeed with that spike down. 15 seconds left. It's time for Gen.G to get a move on. Munchkin has to step out from that corner, and he's being caught. They need a dive on that spike.
Wow, nice.
PaperX are in their way.
Langsung
4
rata
rounds
begitu,
at the
coy.
half. It's not a death sentence like you said, Tom, but certainly nothing to celebrate. This has been a strong performance from Gen.G. Lakia leading the charge, and plenty more left in the tank for this second half. You have to hope that PaperX have got something special planned on their attack, because this was a really rough scenario for them to have to fight back from.
Yeah, it is definitely a troublesome position to be here, but the fact is there's definitely still opportunities. Even still, though, you said Lakia's performing. Let's hear from him now.
안녕하세요. 젠지 e스포츠 소속으로 활동하고 있는 라키아 김종민이라고 합니다. 무엇보다 플레이오프에 진출하게 돼서 행복한 것 같습니다. 일단 첫 스타트가 되게 힘들었었고 오늘 또한 첫 경기 자체는 되게 힘들었는데 그거를 잘 극복해내서 좋은 모습 보여줘서 기쁜 것 같고요. 이제 플레이오프에 진출이 원래는 첫 목적이었는데 너무 이루게 돼서 기쁜 것 같고 남은 경기도 이제 잘 준비해야 할 것 같습니다.
It leaves it down to just one player actually within the site. They have to go running in though. Karon might be able to just ruin their day, and that's exactly what he'll do.
먼치킨 선수가 젠지에 들어오게 되면서 저희 게임 스타일이나 그런 수준이 되게 올라갔다고 생각을 하고 그리고 이제 네, 개개인의 실력 또한 이제 먼치킨 선수가 저에게 콜을 되게 많이 해주는 게 피드백을 많이 해주는 게 있는 것 같다고 생각합니다. 자신감은 늘 넘치고 우리는 준비되어 있고요. 그리고 이제 진짜 더 잘하는 모습과 더 좋은 모습을 보여드리기 위해 잘 저희가 준비해야 될 것 같습니다. 이제 플레이오프까지 진출하게 됐고 이제 또 경기들이 며칠 뒤에 올 텐데 그때까지 더 좋은 모습을 준비해서 저희가 이제 잘하는 모습을 보여드릴 수 있도록 할 거고요. 진짜 항상 응원과 격려해 주시는 팬분들께 너무 감사하고 팬분들을 위해 게임을 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Well, it was third time lucky for Gen.G last time facing off against PaperX. Now fourth time fantastic, at least kicking off in that first half. 8-4 when we left you. And now it's time for Gen.G to close this map out. At least that's their mindset going in. PaperX, their attack side is about to be put to the test. And the big thing to write home about last time was something diving into sites. The thing is, he had a Yoru causing a lot of chaos for him. Now it's a little bit more conventional, but that's never the name of the game with PaperX. In he goes! Something's looking for a fight. Paranoia is perfect. Snakebite's even better. And with 1 HP, lucky it doesn't stand a chance. The rest of the squad comes in to save him, but they've ended up falling to a 3 versus 1 with Meteor left standing and his back.
Wow!
That's a mistake! And it almost was a costly one too.
Almost.
Munya needed to hit that headshot at the end. It looked like there was a realm where Meteor managed to turn that back. Even still though, it is the pistol round for PaperX, and that is the thing. Even with this compositional change, the thing that it adds is firstly, you're going to have that paranoia available for Munya to sort of set them up in, as we saw at the beginning of that round. But also, it just almost, we're going to continuously see the switch of who's going in. So you're going to have Forsaken, sometimes taking space for something, maybe if he has that operator in hand, and something in that round taking space for Forsaken. They are a deadly duo, whether the Yoru's there or not.
There's a reason that they went.
Wow.
Well, nice shot by Meteor. Opportunity for more, and he's landed that shot as well. Forsaken's very low, a big help to any teammates that end up taking that fight. We may talk about the Outlaw, but this man's making it work with the Marshall, the cheaper weapon. And okay, an opportunity if they had have spotted the player in the corner. Munyet, though, able to deliver the killing blow. Mindfreak fell to a snake bite after being... Oh! What is that push from Meteor? You will rarely see a man with the gumption to do such a thing. Karon, 1 versus 2. A serious opportunity. Yes, he's far away, but that might mean by the time he gets here, he could pick up a weapon.
It depends, though, because PaperX, that's the thing. The blitz plays of PaperX have been so fast that there's actually still loads of time. They don't need to over-aggress. They've just thrown out the guiding light, the flash, to get them a little bit of extra information. Still no weaponry found. Now, Karon does have himself a paranoia. He's brought up his full belt of utility. If he can somehow isolate one of these jewels, for now at least, it seems like he's waiting for that site to be taken. Smoke will give that away, the spike being planted, and now he can look to try and see if there's any gun to be had, and, well, there you have it.
Thank you, Yeti. Yeah, we've got a Bulldog to play with, 100 HP, a Paranoia still online, both smokes. Timing is key, and they swung him together. That's a 3-2-1, perfectly on cue. They won the round, Tom. 3 players down. This definitely isn't how they would have wanted to start it. When I add to that it's a Marshall headshot, okay, what can you do? And another Marshall headshot from the guy pushing a smoke close range, using it like a shotgun. That's not going to feel great. And the other player died to a snake bite. So few kind of random engagements that ended up, well, rocking the boat a little bit for PaperX. We'll see how they recover.
When the thing is as well, the player you really don't want those ores to be going over to is Meteor. 3 away from the Bladestorm. Even just a bit of damage in this round, and he'll have something for the next. Now, this purchase from PaperX has players now fairly low on cash. You've got Forsaken and Mindfreak down at 150 credits. So for the next round, they might be in a little bit of trouble. Forsaken, though, he's just gone walkabouts. He's sprinting after Lakia, but he isn't going to be able to land the shot. And at least for now, it's only going to be the control that's lost for Genji.
Ini sih harus first blood duluan ini.
No heavy price tag.
Jangan sampai kena.
Down in vent. This is an uncouth hold. 2 players and they're dropping in.
Oh no!
It couldn't be easier for Lakia. Signed, sealed, and delivered to this man with the heal up for his teammate. Munchkin's going to be back up in fighting form, and in a 5v3. That's another nail in the coffin for Paper Rex. Tagged up a ranged fight, and what an adjustment from Munchkin. Clinical. As now there's only 2 attackers standing. Their chances are looking pretty slim.
Yeah, he almost killed Devi through the screen as well. So he's going to be half HP entering the site. They don't even know the Munchkin's there. A perfect reposition. This might be a flawless return to form as Devi's the only man left standing. A 1v5 scenario. Talk about can he do any semblance of damage. As said, they invested some extra credits into this round, so the next round's not exactly going to be pretty. Wouldn't normally talk about saving, but I think actually holding onto a gun here would have more value, and he's just been seen and knowing exactly where he is now. I imagine there's going to be pressure placed onto this man. Blast packs could be thrown in, but it's just going to be the entirety of the squad looking to just jump down upon him within those last few seconds. The ball is not even needed. First one gets the job done, and Genji will extend their lead.
5 players alive, you know, it's a little scary because it feels like since the very beginning of some of these halves, Genji haven't had a problem when it comes to economy. And I think for this 6-9 scoreline, Paper Rex attack side, they get a decent buy out of it. And, you know, it might even seem weird if you look at the timeline. You lose the 3rd round after winning first 2. What's the issue? The issue is the damage done. 2 players alive coming out of both of those rounds. It meant constant reinvestment, and Paper Rex now left with a Stinger and a Sheriff. Light shields on most players. Some heavy disadvantages to play with in that orb. Well, I mean, it kind of has worked because Munchkin fell into it, but not doing exactly what they intended.
It's not going to cover up above. They've had to re-smoke it. Again, an explosive start to the round. Almost a kill. Well, I tell you, almost they've ended up with 3. This is exactly what Paper Rex does. These fast-paced plays into the site. As mentioned, this was a weaker purchase. They had some pieces missing with that Sheriff and Stinger. Now, though, you look towards the players of Genji. In this 2v4 scenario, Flash is already going to reveal Texture's position. And they've spotted Karen as well, although I say that, the peek out never really came in. The player behind the back of the site should have probably seen him. Now it gets a little bit more interesting. Space given to Texture, but it's both shots landed by Mind Freak. He's been quiet so far, but popping a couple of heads with the Sheriff isn't going to go amiss.
Well, this is definitely the time to wake up. You know, we gave the same caveat coming into the last half, and then Genji ran away with it. But here, a challenge early on, and more importantly, a challenge with so many weaknesses on the board. I mean, this was a round where you have a couple of rifles, and what ends up winning it is a Stinger diving on the site, 2 kills out of a Sheriff to close the round out. Doesn't get much better than that. It was even a classic jumping around the corner to find one of those opening duels in elbow.
It's also now, you've talked about, it's 8 rounds in a row that were lost. An 8-2 scoreline. The difference is now just 2. That's how close Paper Rex have managed to bring this. Going onto their favored side, the B site under serious pressure. Half the team still waiting patiently. Karon's reposition. It's sublime. He's managed to TP behind.
Nice.
He gets away with murder. Brilliant from Karon. We talk about picking this player up right. He's put the rank play into the pro play.
And it works. You know, sometimes you just got to throw out those curveballs. You're focused on so many different things. You don't think the Lunatic's going to be up top, but my goodness, what a reposition from him. And clearly one that wasn't expected on the other side. And again, we fall back into economy discussion around this squad. They've been sitting pretty. They've been looking fantastic. They were able to obviously rebuy in this round because of the damage done early on. They only really needed one of those rifles by the looks of things. A timeout called by Paper Rex as they can now feel that it's getting very late into this game. We're at a stage where if Genji picks up one more, they'll be knocking on victory's door. So, yeah, 17 and 14. He's had a great game, but I think that double kill from Munchkin, that tripled his kills.
Mind Freak.
I said Munchkin, sorry, I meant Mind Freak.
Yeah.
Munchkin's been doing well.
Yeah, Munchkin's got
He's been
triple
fragging
kills.
out.
That'd be impressive. But yeah, no, Mindfreak's definitely had a quiet performance. I also think something though, like we talked about the duelist in this matchup. Other than I'd say even Forsaken, they've actually all been a little bit underwhelming. It's been other players stepping up in this matchup, and I think that's really what we're seeing at the moment is the depth of both teams individually, but more so just that interplay. I think we're seeing much better fundamentals out of Gen G, and it's mostly been those explosive plays from PaperX, like going off the back of a paranoia, everybody diving in together, and you see if it's even a slight bit disjointed like that round,
harus step up sih.
Karen just pulls out
Aimnya
crazy
perlu
play and is able
digas.
to win the round for them. 10 to 7,
Ngomong kayak
as you
mudah
said,
ya.
everything on the brink here.
Tapi
Seekers
memang begitu coy.
available. On the other side, a Bladestorm as well for Meteor, but I don't know if he'll use that in this round
Harus
unless
bisa pick
he sees the
satu-satu,
value.
terus
An
aimnya harus
immediate
menang.
setup for
begitu.
the paranoia, but this is a ruse. The spike is over on towards B.
Costly ruse, perhaps. Forsaken. The decay is going to fade, but he's still half
Wah,
HP, and Munchkin finds
kena
it
pick
too easy
begitu
to deal
coy.
with him.
Forsaken
One
tumben.
well-placed shot, and he's down and out. Now we need to see the return for Gen G as another is found. Something falls. 2 rifles still in play. Seekers still in play. And a few flashes here and there. 1, in fact, just on Divide. Not a lot for them to fight their way back through with utility, but it's this man's position that might get them something. He's found another with the weaker weapons. This man's an animal.
Wah.
He's being put down. And for PaperX,
Orang
they
mundur
look to
dulu
take
itu.
it elsewhere, but those steps are heard. Meteor's in position, unbeknownst to them. You might have her trail, but, well, it's a little more difficult to deal with her cleanly. Mindfreak, the last man standing, 1v3, and Munchkin's already spotted him. He's a known quantity with a flank underway. Munchkin just needs to buy some time, back off, and let his teammates take it. And gets this kill, he's got himself a Viper's Pit to play with. Or if he dies, I suppose.
That's the thing. He's literally just playing with him because he knows that flank
Wow.
is coming. I really love it. It was brought up by Lakia in the halftime interview that he believes that like playing with someone like Munchkin has brought a lot of depth to his own playstyle. And you can just see the intelligence even in this round. He literally just pulled Mindfreak towards him. He had no plans to fight him at any stage. Wants to just play the higher percentage play, and that's why Gen G have been able to convert a lot of these advantages. And for PaperX, a lot of the time I don't mind these gambles, but I feel like Forsaken has been one of the sort of glimmers of hope. So you were almost going, he has to get something, otherwise it's just now a push without him going into the site, and it didn't work with him.
You know, the thing is for PaperX right now, at an eye test, you might think it's not doom and gloom. 11 to 7, 4-round gap, it's not that bad. There's a chance for them to fight back, albeit here with weaker weapons, but they've looked good there. The problem is, they've won 4 of those 7 rounds off the pistol and follow-up. Like, the injection of rounds early half makes this look like a much closer game than it is, but Gen G have been dominating in rifle rounds. Now they've got 4 ultimates to fall back on, up against weaknesses, but no Lakia. A big opening kill for the side of PaperX, as Heaven could now be theirs. Gen G might start to panic, might make a mistake, and with Munchkin inside the smoke isolated, that might just be the mistake they were looking for.
Oh, this could be big!
Ooh.
He switches away, and it's just going to be the shutdown. Sure,
Wow.
Meteor. He starts off the round and ends it as well. 12 to 7. This map looking over. As you said, in terms of buy rounds, we've barely seen anything. 3 of them, in fact. Well, guess what, Mitch? They need 5 in a row.
5 in a row, up against 4 ultimates. Only the Bladestorm that's gone. Like, keep in mind, Gen G have a full buy with Seekers, with a Viper's Pit, with a Showstopper from the shadows. And so that's a lot for this defensive side to close out this game. If you remove those ultimates, it looks like they'll close out the game because they're winning almost all of the buy rounds thus far. The closer rounds for PaperX have been individuals, and they need to show up individually and together. 5 in a row needed, and the challenge already underway. Munchkin, okay.
Yeah, he put down early utility to try and slow this push a little bit, but the fact is he underestimated the pacing. Lakia in the corner, but they expect it. He's stuck in the mud. Good utility usage in this round. It leaves now Karen. He's had some magical plays, but they know exactly where he is. Well, it seems so. Munir goes bouncing past him. Now there is a flank, and no one really watching it, although it seems like Texture was doubting.
Wow, something
So
kalah
1v1
coy.
taken, but it won't matter in the end. A 1 versus 5. Some serious mistakes needed, and Munier's going to put him down immediately.
Okay, there it is. The start of the way back for this squad. They've actually managed to deal with the vast majority of the ultimates as well there, Tom. Gen G are left now with just a Viper's Pit. We listed all of them last round. They got used. They found nothing. So not only winning a buy round, but winning a stacked buy round in terms of ult economy. And they've still got some left to play with themselves. The Blade Storm can help out. The Pit can win rounds. And with 4 needed, Gen G are finally seeing some negative economic stake. No, that lucky was not expected. Good flash too, and it's a double. He's got his teammate Meteor with him, and they're absolutely extinguishing the flame of PaperX's early fight. This squad's gonna have to go back and reconsider, surely.
Yeah, I like this. Just a direct counter. These A-side takes have been one of the major problems. Viper's Pit, although they might just about win 2 duels. A little bit dangerous, spamming. And because of that, being able to get rid of Meteor is a big pick, because that was looking like map control and a man advantage for Gen G. Instead, much more of a problem. And also bear in mind, Lakia is the only one who can't be healed.
That cam there is very important. Just seeing something clear the spawn, you see how much space they lost, because this Viper's Pit isn't just stopping a push, it's stopping all of PaperX's plans. Their plan was to blitz A. They get slowed, they get stopped, and now they have to go back and re-clear everything. Even if there's not a player flanking, if they're just pushed up in B main, holding that aggro intel, you're going to find it very hard to actually dive in. Now this TP is to B side. Up top, it's going to be broken last second with something down below. Spotted and taken down. Gen G have the advantage. They're going to challenge Munchkin inside the pit. And what a mistake that was. Welcome to his world with Munyet, the last man standing, and a free kill presented. He's got 3 more to go.
15 seconds.
He's found the 4Ks in the past, Dom, but this would be exceptional. Good luck to you, and good night.
Yeah, it just wasn't enough there. And the fact is, the running through of that Viper's Pit with the spike, they needed to clear that man out immediately. It did not happen. A stellar map, losing both pistols and only losing 8 rounds. What a performance for the side of Gen G.
It's even more impressive considering Munyet on PaperX, a player that we've highlighted again and again, that it was a big talking point, not just from the desk, but even from the team themselves when they were being interviewed. And he comes out fragging. The calls were good. We had some good fake plays, but at the end of the day, this was a Gen G map. 13-8 doesn't sell it. This was convincing. And now they move on to their pick of Lotus after this.
Kalah aim coy. Bener-bener.
Hey guys, it's Jimmy Lin. In this series, I'm going to walk you through Attack on Pearl. Watch out for the stairs, clear this angle. You're going to be able to fight this.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Life hands you bad lemons, try and make lemonade. Easy on the sugar cane, switch it to agave. Gave it all I had, love. I can't do agape. My conditions written out, take it up a God. Hey, you can pay me for my time though, and it all on the high note. I don't like to say goodbye. Found out I'm probably Irish. Deep down, feeling down, hold a smile like a saga. Seeking answers, all I found is. You can't tell me what's good. You can't tell me what's good for me. You can't tell me what's good for me. You can't tell me what's. If everybody jump right now with the world crack. Feel the bang in your head like it's whiplash. Can you feel that? All this back and forth to be free. But you can't tell me what's good for me.
If everybody jump right now with the world crack. Feel the bang in your head like it's whiplash. Can you feel that? All this back and forth to be free. You can't tell me what's good for me. You can't tell me what's good for me. You can't tell me what's good.
Everybody moving scared, don't know what the answer is. Told myself I say the word, speaking like a prophet did. Shit just feel like stranger things, upside down and overwhelmed. Chaos just to set you free, chaos just to set you free. Deep down, still in doubt, hold a smile like it's all good. Seeking answers, all I found is you. Look, man, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing either. All I know, I'm doing what's right for me. That might not be right for you.
You can't tell me what's good for me. You can't tell me what's good for me. You can't tell me what's good for me. You can't tell me what's good. You can't tell me what's good for me. You can't tell me what's good for me. You can't tell me what's good. If everybody jump right now with the world crack.
Sekali
Feel
guys.
the bang in your head like it's whiplash. Can you feel that? All this back and forth to be free. Cause you can't tell me what's good for me. If everybody jump right now with the world crack. Feel the bang in your head like it's whiplash. Can you feel that? All this back and forth to be free. Cause you
Hey guys, Mika Fabs here, and I'm with Solo and Jen here to help with some translation. So Solo, of course, a lot of teams talk about how Paper Rex is a very shocking team to play against if you don't know them well, but Genji does know them well. So how do you as a team dissect their style?
피지컬을 앞세워서 게임을 많이 하는데 저희 또한 피지컬이 지지 않는다는 생각을 하고 있거든요. 그래서 저희도 역으로 저희도 공격적으로 하자는 식으로 많이 얘기를 많이 하고 있고요. 그런 게 좀 잘 되는 것 같아요. 네, 저희가 피지컬이 좀 더 좋은 것 같아요. 지금은. 네.
Of course, Paper Rex infamous for their W gaming, but I feel like Genji players can match up to their firepower as well, and I feel like we're shooting more heads too today. So we just came into this matchup with the mindset of, you know what, fight aggressive teams with aggressive attitude. You know, don't be afraid to take those fights, don't give them too much respect, and I feel like we're just having a really good day overall.
Yeah, it's looking really good for Genji, so thank you very much. Let's see if they can close this out.
It's not just a good day. They've had a great tournament so far. I'm Yingsu and I'm back here with Mimi and Hypok. You heard it from Solo there. They're confident. They're hitting their shots. They know how to deal with Paper Rex. And Mimi, it's not looking great on the other side.
Yeah, to be quite honest, I think that Genji looked like a better Paper Rex in this game, right? They had the ridiculous individual moments. They had the pop-ups, but they also had excellent fundamentals. You compare the info these two teams were getting on their defense with the Sky Yuto. Genji was always on point with the rotations, setting up reclears, swinging together, whereas Paper Rex looked like a team who was, you know, playing for the individuality.
Yeah, and the telling thing for me is Genji willing to step into that zone with Paper Rex, where, you know, you have the flood pretext or, you know, stacking up bodies and looking very aggressive engagements. Genji, we're getting down and dirty with them. I'm kind of coming out on top.
Yeah, you guys are hyped up the rookie. Karen coming into this a lot, and here he is in the RYZEN high-speed moment, round 17. I mean, you gotta check your corners, man. You gotta check it.
This is exactly the sort of scenario that I'm talking about, right? Making plays like this, getting ahead of this execute. You lose to Paper Rex when you allow them to execute onto you, come up, play very aggressive. And Karen, I mean, Tom nailed this as well in the cast. There's a sort of rank play that catches Paper Rex off guard because they don't expect people to match their level of unorthodox.
I think that's exactly the point, right? They're used to teams playing back, cowering in fear, playing for flood retakes against a squad like this instead. Genji can give it to them. They're so willing to get proactive, to fight into these executes, and their site anchors were constantly staying alive, doing stuff like like that and actually buying time for the team to rotate over and help everyone out, which you contrast that to PaperX. Their players were trying to do the same thing, and they were getting owned by the executes.
Yeah, and you saw it in the vibes as well. After every round, they were giving it, they were shouting across the stage. And on the other side for this, for PaperX, as we take a look in the AIM Lab shoot-around, Monyet, again, he was kind of one of the players we were really looking forward to watching, but what else has he got?
I mean, he was looking pretty deadly at the start of this map here. Again, super aggressive, almost like in the pistol round. He forgot he was put onto the Omen, still on the Raze for some reason, jumping in. But there's just a number of situations where you're looking here, and I was talking about, you know, some of the aggressive plays the PaperX made. They felt very disjointed. It felt like it came down to one person delivering at the end of that sort of play, as opposed to the typical PaperX, too strong on the front line, fragging together.
And I think that's exactly it, right? Like, this is a team that can rely on those moments against lesser teams, can rely on those moments against a team that's not familiar with them, but Gen.G knows them so damn well. They're used to dealing with these individual plays and not letting it get past them.
I mean, we've been here before. I'm not expecting a smile from this man, but I am expecting a solution. Let's hear what Alex had to say ahead of map 2.
Hey guys, I'm here right now with Coach Alex of PRX. So we did see that, you know, although the team struggled on that map, once the side switch and PaperX was on attack, you got some of that momentum back. And we do know that the team is a very momentum heavy based team. So what do they usually need to hear, like maybe from you, in order to get that push, in order to, you know, get that swing into their favor?
I mean, usually momentum comes when you win some rounds, you know, so I try to just figure out how to win the round. And then if it goes well, you know, then we can snowball.
And I guess calm them down a little bit and make sure that they get their nerves in check, yeah?
I guess so.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if PaperX can rank. In those nerves and get map 2.
Alex, you've done this before. You made the comeback before. Come on, boys. I want to see them have some fire in their bellies.
Dude, Yinsu, we gotta get you down there. They need this energy for map 2 or they're going to be in the lower bracket. Looking at this comp, what is this, Mike? The 4th new comp they've played on this map?
Yeah, we've gone back again. We've got the Cypher back in and Monyet back on the Raze, so I guess maybe that indicates we did see that on Split. He's going to be the front man here on Lotus.
This does fix the issue of having these flanks open. It fixes that issue, but I think there's another issue in this comp. You're lacking stall util, and on the attacking side, you're way more readable because you only have one piece of smoke util. I think that Forsaken is going to have to be very specific with how he uses his cages to make up for not having this Viper.
And the big concern last time actually is that eyes go towards Divide here. His inability to really have impact alone on his utility and opening up opportunities for PaperX in the mid round was absolutely, it was absent last time with the ASROCK comp, so really going to be scrutinizing him.
Oh well, PaperX, if they don't win here, they will be going into elimination on day 1 of playoffs. Mitchman and Tombiz, how are you guys feeling about this one?
Well, Yinsu, I'm feeling excited because at worst, we should have a good game on our hands. Last time around, Gen.G won both pistols here on this map, and it was still a very close game with them barely edging it out 13-11. Now, Tom, they come in with momentum on their backs and a map that they've put the prep into. For PaperX, it's looking like elimination might be on the line soon.
I don't mind the change back, because obviously this isn't the comp they played last time, but it is the comp they ran versus Heretics. I think it's slightly better for them overall. Still has something on the Jet as well, because they had a similar comp to this, but with him on the Reyna. I think this just allows him to do more damage. I like the start, though, from Gen.G. Oh, okay. They had that 3-man push initially. Didn't expect anybody to still be around the angle, and because of that, they've lost the first battle.
1 man down already. But the rest are rotating into the right spot. The read is good. From the side of Gen.G as they move to the A site, here comes PaperX. Diving a little quicker than expected, but there's the return. They're
work from Gen.G, but you always have to look at PaperX and go, these are moments that you expect them to be able to convert. Not the start they were looking for. And again, we're going to see the same proactive approach from the defense, constantly looking to garner extra control. And PaperX, they're going straight into the site.
Oh yeah, look, they're willing to dive. You can tell that as soon as Munyet picks up this agent, and well, he very nearly died to the turret. Not a good start, but Spike should at least be plantable. No nade left online for Gen G. Nothing to really force these players out of the corner.
Spike planted.
With that C's, it's keeping him in position. It's only deducted about 10 HP or so because he was so low. And the problem now is you have to fight back through all these close range angles where PaperX have the numbers to play with on a lot of the fights they're going to take. Decent damage on the headshot, good follow up, and then it's clean house for Gen.
Going into round number 3, so especially on this map, it definitely is a little bit more difficult for challenge for those orbs, but it might mean that we see a bit more of an aid push, an opportunity to find something there. Well, this is where we are going to get the investment. Mitch, you'll be happy. Forsaken is already bringing in an Odin.
Listen, he's a wise man. I've always said that, Tom, and he's just proven my point, isn't he? You won't expect this off rip if you're Gen G, and a little bit of danger for Texture. That crosshair's lined up on his head, and it's done some damage, some serious damage by the looks of it. Down to 77. Texture's tagged. Lucky is dropped. And we can continue on with the spams. Heals for most players. Devi the only one to stay quite low, not having anyone to bring him back to full fighting health. Though, they're in a pretty good position. The close range spot by Karen shouldn't be left unchecked. There's still a flash on Devi. You expect that to pop as they move forward. No, in fact, it's just a double swing, and the same thing there. Exactly. Clean trades for PaperX.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be fight after fight. Meteor now has to try and pull off some individual brilliance as well. I think a little bit too predictable on when he'd make his move. Munchkin on the other side of the map, and the thing is, he could just hold this through to the next round, but I don't expect him to. When there's an opportunity to have an upgrade, maybe take a gun away.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, I mean, not a position you're going to be clearing a lot of the time. Done well to start. Player close is low. Devi and Mindfreak both playing without shields and with a bit of dent to their health. Forsaken also with no shields and no head anymore. This is getting very costly for the attacking side, with Munchkin not stopping anytime soon. He's already picked up 3, and now he's quickening his pace to the site. The time is so desperately low, and he doesn't know where Devi is. The element of surprise gets PaperX the kill and the round.
Bro, what the fuck is that?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Every single gun just goes for overhunting a player that was going to have a gun in the next round anyway. Like, I understand wanting to earn those extra orbs up, but this is one hell of an overextension. Just constantly fighting versus a player that had a bulldog. Munchkin, well, you can already see him smack talking, and well, it's not the only thing getting smacked.
Wow. Round 4, and there's going to be a real challenge for this attacking side. Weakness is already seen. Chance for Gen G to shut down the way back through for PaperX very early on. We know this is a map that both teams can pull to tight contention, but with Gen G having done that extra work on it, picked it into this series, I'm worried for PaperX. It's early times just now, but with showstoppers online for both squads, we knew this was coming. Munyet's on the way, head caught on the arch on the way through. It slowed him down enough and actually bought some time for Meteor to escape. And for Munchkin to round the corner, no one's going to go down to that showstopper, but it's claimed a lot of space.
Yeah. Oh, they don't realize how close Karen is. He had to move because of the Tiger. Monya's going to try and aggress. This is risky. Multiple players on the other side. Showstopper, he should be dead. He actually almost manages to catch one. Even still, though, for Gen G, this looks fantastic. Timing couldn't be worse for something either. It's going from bad to worse for PaperX. They need to find a miracle through these spams. At least been able to get one, but they don't know if the player's still on the spike. The second tab will definitely help them out, but it's Odin just going through. Too many bullets to dodge there. But Gen G, they break back immediately. And while we mentioned them losing all their players, it's going to hurt now.
Yes, yes, it absolutely is. Now you see the butterfly effect of that. Well-placed showstopper by Textures. We said there were 2 online, only 1 found its mark. And then the chaos afterwards. Every time you see someone on PaperX